Yo, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rod, and here we do reaction videos. We're reacting to a lot of things, random things, mostly relationships, love, you know how it is. And if you see a song you like or you want me to react to something, just recommend in the comment section. Just let me know. I'll go ahead and react to that. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Here is going to be man crash out over this article. Is having a boyfriend embarrassing? This is the title of the article, and this is by the lovely lady Bougie. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. You feel me? Let's see what this is about.
Emotional, practical, intellectual, so that
Start over.
Is having a boyfriend embarrassing? Probably yes. We lie, we're pretty stupid, we don't think things through sometimes.
Vogue just published an article titled Having a Boyfriend is Embarrassing. And
I'm sorry, Vogue. I thought it was just a TikTok thing. Am I living under a rock? I haven't been on TikTok for over 2 months now. I haven't been on Instagram for over 2 months. I haven't been anywhere for over 2 months. And I barely watch anything. My FYP is all dogs, funny clips, and damn, I need to get out more.
honestly, the fact that this even had to be written is a clear wake-up call for men. Because if women, smart, independent women with their own careers, homes, and lives, are saying that being in a relationship with a man feels like a downgrade, we are clearly doing something wrong. One of the quotes really stuck with me. Being partnered doesn't affirm your womanhood anymore. It is no longer considered an achievement. That has to stop and make us think. There was a time when having a boyfriend, a husband, was seen as a step up, a kind of validation. Now it's something many women feel hesitant to even post about or tell anyone about. They feel like they need to hide it from their friends, their family, in fear of even being judged. Somewhere along the way, it seems that men stopped being a source of strength or support. Men became something that takes rather than adds value. And when you think about it, why would a woman with her own income, her own and her own power choose to bring someone into her life who only adds stress or extra work? And I know for me, having a girlfriend isn't something you're entitled to, it's a privilege. And with that privilege comes responsibility. That might mean doing more of the day-to-day work, laundry, dishes, and things many men still expect women to mostly handle. It might mean supporting her ambitions, helping her go back to school.
I've never really understood you know, god damn, what happened to my eye? I've never really understood the concept between, like, behind this, um, your wife is the one to do the dishes, you do laundry, and all those things. When you are getting with this person, it's a partnership, right? You guys are supposed to work as a team. If someone is doing A and you see B is supposed to be done, you should do it. If wifey is cooking and the dishes are dirty, you should clean them, the guy. If wifey is busy or went to the store to get something and the house is not clean, there's dirty laundry, put it in the washer, wash the clothes. It's a team work. You work together as a team. So I don't understand. And cooking is not a woman's thing. Sometimes you gotta like tell your woman to sit down and you cook for her. You get what I'm saying? Like, when did this become rocket science to understand? I don't get it. Like, men with fragile egos and women with this masculine energy, I don't get what the competition is about. Like, what is going on? But then again, it's deeper than what it is. How can you control people that stand together? The only thing you have to do is to break them apart, make them go at each other while you sit back and watch. That's what happens. If you wanted to have control over two people, take two best friends, come between them, be the problem. When they start fighting themselves, step back and just watch. It's deeper than what it is. These articles that are being published by Vogue is having a boyfriend embarrassing. It's like, bro, people don't even get it. But then again, you have people who are so blinded by what they see on social media. They are so blind to the point where they don't even see when they're being manipulated, they're being played with.
cheering her on in her career, or simply creating space for her to thrive. At its best, a relationship is about two people making each other stronger, better, helping one another become the best version of themselves. But if we're honest, it seems a lot of men aren't holding up to that side of the bargain right now, which is clear in the article. We need to change that. We need to start bringing back real value, emotional, practical, intellectual, so that being with us isn't embarrassing, it's empowering. So when Vogue says having a boyfriend is embarrassing, maybe it's less about mockery and more about disappointment, because the modern woman feels like being with a man is a step backwards.
No, sir, I disagree with you 1000%. What do you mean? It's a mockery. What are you talking about? Would like I get it. Like when you read something, you have to look at it from different perspective, different angles to actually analyze what just to not be a blockheaded human being where you just have when you see something it's just this, you go this way. No, there are other ways to talk, like to look at something. But in this situation, it is not what it is. If you notice, you have there was this 50-50 thing going on. That thing was a big thing on social media. Men are being emasculated. However you say that word again. Okay. And you have all these weak men who can't really who get controlled by their emotions. For example, it's like if I don't get what I want, I'm gonna crash out. If I don't get what I want, I'm gonna do this. If I'm not in control of the situation, I'm not a man enough. No, sometimes you have to understand not everything is gonna be within your control. And acknowledging the feeling or the fact that you're not always going to be in control of everything is going to actually put you in a position where you can stand back and be like, maybe this person is a better fit for this position or handling this. Maybe my wife is a better or my partner is a better fit to handle this situation. For example, anything that has to do with taking care of the family. A man can do that too, but when it comes to a woman, the nurturing side of a woman, that is where most women thrive. Can a man do the job? Yes, but who has a better chance of doing that is the woman. And when it comes to having a partner as well, I'm telling you, in most, when they say men run a household, no, the women actually does. But men with fragile egos and masculinity will not accept that simply because they want to think they're in control. The woman is actually the person who runs the household. She keeps it together emotionally. You know, everything. The man is just there to protect. You're there to provide. And you're providing what? In most cases, just food and security and all those things. But the woman, when it comes to what do we need in the house? What is supposed to be done here? Oh, this. I've noticed these changes. Baby, do you mind fixing this? That's when the man comes in. And if the wife did not notice certain things, that wouldn't happen. So when you sit and you say, it's not it is a mockery to men because when you have these big platforms posting things like this, now that foiling like this feminists who are running around saying we don't need men for nothing, we need each other. We as humans, we need each other to really survive, to really be great. We need each other to support. We need each other's support. We need to support ourselves. But we cannot do that if we have bloggers and people posting things like that to break families, to break people, to make people think love. No, love is real. Love is very real. And men are not embarrassing. If a man is embarrassing, it's because you chose that person. They're still good men. But I don't want to get into that now.
Is having a boyfriend in 2025 embarrassing? Is having a boyfriend a humiliation ritual? In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys 20 reasons why Vogue says having a boyfriend is embarrassing. A lot of people had so much to say concerning this very same topic. I'm going to roll the clip, let us watch. But don't forget to get a piece of paper, a pen, and jot things down. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm dying to see your opinions in the comment section. Without much further ado, let us get right into it.
Is having a boyfriend embarrassing? Probably yes. We lie, we're pretty stupid, we don't think things through sometimes. However, we are still adults. Regardless of the matter, you are held accountable for your own decision making. Obviously, I've never had a boyfriend, but I am one, so I can weigh on it from this side of the fence. Major factor is that identity gets lost, right? I don't think that that needs to be the case. Why are you lessening yourself to appease the relationship? You knew what you were getting into with this person when you started dating. There's no reason to change who you are as a person. If there are things you can better within yourself, oh, for sure, do it. I'd be lying if I said I'm not a serial people pleaser. I am first-handedly responsible for changing my identity in the attempt to make another person happy. However, if I'm learning to unfuck myself, you can have individual lives be separate people while also benefiting one another and having a safe place to come back to. The only exception to this rule, I think, is if your personality or your identity was like went to the bar and picking up men. Perhaps in a relationship, that is something you should definitely change. Number two is you don't want to appear to be obsessed, so don't be. I mean, listen, my reality is if I'm doing something with my girlfriend and I take a picture and I want to post it on Instagram, that's exactly what the fuck I'm going to do. This is my experience. This is where I had fun. This is what I enjoyed. If I would like to post about her, I'm going to fucking do that. You don't like my shit anyway. So why do I care? She makes me happy. This moment made me happy. So I want to share it. I don't give a fuck if it offends you. Stay single. It's none of your business. It's the same reason why people hate on like interrelation relationships or they hate on gay people. Like, who the fuck cares? It doesn't affect you in any way. Mind your business. You don't like it, unfollow. Number three is the jealousy, the evil eye thing. I think that is something that comes from within you and you need to fix as a person. If you are so afraid that somebody's going to come and ruin your relationship, do some work on yourself. Talk to your partner. Make sure you guys are speaking each other's love language so you both feel secure and happy within the relationship. Probably won't have that problem. Do you need to overextend and boast about it? Absolutely not. I mean, I personally wouldn't do that. But again, it's your socials. It's your life. You do as you please. The last point that I want to get to is this embarrassment of when it fails or if it failed. That is not embarrassing to you unless you did some embarrassing shit. If he cheated on you, he's a dog. How is that a reflection on your character? You didn't do anything to make somebody do something else. He's a grown man. This is a decision that he made. If you decide to take him back, that's on you. That's your problem now. He showed you what kind of person he is and you accepted it. But anyway, a lot of times people aren't gonna like your relationship, and that doesn't matter. What matters is that you're happy. Fuck everybody else. They're gonna have opinion anyway.
They're calling out the weird ass pick me's that make having a boyfriend their whole personality, and also deconstructing and trying to leave behind the traditional heterosexual relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like women don't have to be in relationships that they don't want to be in anymore. Like back in the day, they had to stay with with they men because they had to do that in order to survive, in order to be able to have access to money and funds and things like that. Women can just up and leave now, and that shit's cool as hell, bro. And it's really cool to me that women are leaving behind these traditional gender roles because like not everybody is meant to be a traditional woman or a traditional man, and you trying to force yourself into that kind of way of living is not healthy for you, and it only creates insecurity within yourself because like if you're unable to fulfill these kind of gender roles, it's going to lead to you feeling like you're less of a man or less than a woman. And then on the other hand, it's great for me because I hate a woman that makes being a girlfriend or wanting to be a wife her whole personality, because there's nothing else going on in her life. And to
Bro, what? Yeah, but guys, he's one of those people. Um, I remember too, I think that was some time ago, probably 2024 or 2023, and there were a lot of women on the internet speaking about this content creator. I don't know if her name is Nara Smith or something. She is very good looking. I think she's a model, and she would normally make record herself making food from scratch like pasta. She'll bake bread to make a sandwich for her kids. She's gonna do everything from scratch. Like she'll get the flour, she'll get like she'll mix it and do things from scratch, not buying no bread from the store. And I saw a lot of women saying, "Oh, she think women were the ones who were hating on her, and women were the ones who were hating on cooking with Kaya, and women were the I don't get the point. You see just a few clips of someone on the internet and you assume they're making being a girlfriend or wife their entire personality. You guys are so judgmental, man. Like, mind your goddamn business. God damn.
Me, I want my relationship to go as like us being our own separate people. We just happen to be dating. We just happen to be together. You know what I'm saying? I want to be feel like we both have our own autonomy and we both can like go out and do things without each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause to me, that's the best kind of relationship. And if you disagree, that's up to you. Like that live your life how you want to live it. But like for me, I need that sense of self. I don't need to feel like I have to be around you all the time. But yeah, man, shout out Shantae Joseph. She did her thing. She was really in her bag. Her pen was going crazy with this shit.
Article is women hating women. That article is just women hating women.
It's so embarrassing to have a boyfriend. It's so embarrassing.
I actually went and read the article. She's just talking about how other girls treat girls. That's it, that's all. It has nothing to do with us, fellas. She's talking about how women treat.
Oh, my bad. Then I should. Damn. That's crazy. I think I should just pull that up and leave it here so I can read it later. Okay, I'm gonna read this letter. Let's get back to the video.
Women who have boyfriends and how it's embarrassing and how they think about each other and all that. Good morning. My wife messing up my video in here, just walking in here. I'm supposed to have a quiet house. That's how I talk to her, y'all. That's how I talk to her. Get out of here while I'm making my video. That's how I talk to her. Yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all big tripping. Generally, when it comes to men, we don't really talk to each other about our girls, about our women, about our wives. We don't really do that. And then y'all, for some reason, get upset that we don't do that. Men's relationships are so surface level. We don't judge each other about our women, you know. That's something we don't do. I ain't never looked at a dude, saw his wife and was like, ew. Now I think differently of you, unless she a damn OnlyFans model or some shit like that. And even then, just don't talk about it.
Hey, I've seen, Broski, I'm sure Broski has sent me. You feel me? But it's just like, yeah. But I don't think personally, I don't really be on, cause I don't know what I'm trying to say. But the point is, we don't speak about who we're dealing with, how good looking or how trash they are. We don't do that. And women have a problem with us having surface level relationships. Like, I got guys that don't even know their birthdays. I don't really know. They don't know my birthday. Do I care? Absolutely not. You get what I'm saying? So when you sit and you have women hating on other women, now they go and they want to make it like it's a man thing. Allow it.
It's something we don't do. I ain't never looked at a dude, saw his wife and was like, ew. Now I think differently of you, unless she a damn OnlyFans model or some shit like that. And even then, just don't talk about it and I won't have nothing to say to you. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That article is women hating women.
And most of the women are saying, yeah, it's true, it's embarrassing. Even if I post my boyfriend or post somebody I'm talking to, I lose followers, yada, yada, yada. Who am I to disagree? Who am I to say it's not true? I ain't got no fucking boyfriend. I don't give a fuck. It's just kind of sad for me to just like sit back and witness like the downfall of relationships in its entirety. Like, because when you sit back and just really look at it, it really feels like, and I really believe this, like eventually relationships are going to be obsolete. It's just going to be something that not most people do or care to do at all. And nobody wants to take accountability, not men, not women. Nobody, everybody wants to point the finger and say it's men's fault, it's women's fault. Nobody's going to sit back and be like, well, maybe it's my fault that I haven't found anyone that I'm compatible with in my 30-something years of fucking life. I mean, I'm not surprised that all the women that seen and heard the article, read it, and completely ate it up. I'm not surprised at that. I'm surprised that they can't see the bigger picture and stuff like this. The obvious agenda of pulling women away from each other. Like, they hear shit like this and they think that it's making them more of a girl's girl when it's doing the total fucking opposite. The makeup glam girlies versus the natural girls. The women with kids versus the women without kids. The women that don't mind paying a bill and going half, and the I am the table women. Now it's the single women versus the women in relationships. The embarrassed women with a boyfriend. Just another box to put y'all in.
Now, don't forget skinny women versus, heavier women. Like, women hate a woman's worst enemy is not a man, it's another woman. Let's just leave it there.
Just another way to separate y'all ass. Thing is, they're trying to make it political, but I used to never think it was political until I really sat and thought about it, and I was just like, damn, when I do see a woman that don't genuinely hate men, I do think they Republican. It went from a couple years ago saying, oh, a man is not hard to get. Then last year it was like, okay, having a man is not a flex. Now it's having a man is just full on embarrassing. Just full on. Seems like the longer people go without being able to find a relationship, the more of a reason you give yourself to blame the other gender. But I'm not here to argue whether you feel like it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend or not. I don't give a fuck. Go get a girlfriend. I don't give a shit.
What people don't understand about this Vogue article that talks about how embarrassing it is to have a boyfriend is that it has nothing to do with men. As someone that has actually read the article in its entirety more than 3 times now, I can confidently tell you that this article is more of an astute observation of women's behaviors, especially towards each other. On a surface level, this article is one woman showing her findings to other women about how women behave when they're in a relationship versus outside of a relationship towards other women. She specifically speaks on the guilt and shame that women feel in association with being in a relationship. Not because the men themselves are bad, but because of the possible ridicule that women in relationships get from other women about being male-centered. And also how far women in relationships are willing to go to rid themselves of ridicule from single women. The article gives examples of women doing stuff like soft launching a guy on social media, right? Taking a picture of just his hand on the steering wheel or blurring out his face completely. Another example is evil eye, the superstition that showing off her relationship to other women online will make those women so jealous that they seek to destroy her relationship. She even talks about how women in relationships try to both honor their relationships and appease women at the same time, which is, by the way, something I talked about with regards to Taylor Swift's recent album in a recent video of mine. There's even quotes from women talking about how cringe or embarrassing it feels for them to post their relationship online for these very reasons. So again, on a surface level, this article is like if one woman that is a member of the universal gang called womanhood asked the other women in the gang like, hey, what's up girlies? Is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Is that the general consensus? Is that the verdict? On a deeper level though, and this is why I think this article is hilarious to me. This entire article is a real-life example of how strong the influence of female groupthink is. The very title of this article is proof of that. Is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? As if they need the permission of other women to figure out if they want to be happy in a relationship. The entire point of this article is the fact that women are too scared to be caught out of formation, even to the point where they will choose the opinion of other women over their own relationship happiness. They will make unnecessary adjustments in their relationship to get the approval of women that don't even know them. And you want to know the craziest, most ironic part to all this? The writer of the article herself falls for that very bias at the end of it. After making such brilliant, astute observations throughout the article, her ultimate conclusion in the end is to just conform. Just go with the greater collective of women. So in the end, even though she's smart enough to notice the influence women have on other women, she still decides to be influenced by other women. Want to know one more thing that really stuck out to me in this article, at least for me personally? How repetitive it is. The idea that women will go out of their way to make themselves uncomfortable so other women don't hate them is not a new one at all. This is like evolutionary psychology 101. An entire branch of pickup as a science is dedicated towards that. The use of pre-selection and the concept of social proof precisely work because of that concept. So for me, reading this article, it was like, you're just not figuring this out? It's 2025, come on, keep up. I mean, just wait till they find out that a woman's need to align herself with a strong man completely overrides her universal gang womanhood settings. It's me, just for a scientist, with all this information. What you must.
It is no longer considered an achievement, and if anything, it's become more of a flex to pronounce yourself single. So, someone at Vogue decided to come up with an article saying that having a boyfriend now in 2025 is embarrassing. And a lot of people had a lot to say about it. So, I took the liberty of reading the fucking article. And let me be the first to say, fellas, if there is ever a woman that believes it is embarrassing to have you in her life, please exit stage left. It'll be in your best interest, I promise you. And I think John Cannon said it best. He said, that whole article is about women hating on other women. And he couldn't be more right. Because a lot of the article is about how women don't like to see other women with their boyfriends. Whether it be posted online, whether it's out and about, whether he's a part of her content creation, whether she even mentions him on any post of some sort on her social media presence at all. She gives examples about how, like, her favorite creators, as soon as they get into a relationship, she unfollows. She doesn't want anything to do with them. And her thing is, she unfollows because she believes those creators now are going to surround their whole content creation around their man. Which brings like to how they say women's identity become all about their man or their relationship. And they just flat out don't like that. And the part that gets embarrassing for women is after them, they pedestalize their men and they plaster him all over the internet on their profiles, they put him in their content, so on and so forth. At some point, he is going to cheat on you or do something thoroughly embarrassing or just disappoint you in some way, shape, or form. And because the world is tuning into your love story, whenever he fucks up, the world gets to see that as well. And no matter what kind of man you think you have, it's the inevitable that he's going to do something that is disgraceful or distasteful to you. And so I'm reading this article, and then I came across one part of it that really stuck out to me. It says, from my conversations, one thing is certain the script is shifting. Being partnered doesn't affirm your womanhood anymore. It is no longer considered an achievement, and if anything, it's become more of a flex to pronounce yourself single. That is the part of the article that really, really caught my attention. I'm gonna tell you why. Because how is being single a flex when that is the easiest fucking thing to do in today's day and age? Like, it takes literally nothing. So I thought about this and I had to break it down further. And this is what I came up with. Having a healthy, functioning relationship with another individual that has a completely different outlook on life than you do is definitely an accomplishment. It is not easy to obtain. It takes actual work, it takes actual effort. And that same type of work and effort, most people don't want to perform at any level in today's day and age. And so, in turn, because they know they don't qualify for the person that they truly desire, they shame the notion or the fact of being in a relationship. They make it seem as if the people that are in relationships are the ones that are wrong. So, for example, it's like a broke person coming out and saying, yo, having a job, that ain't no flex. Being broke and still living life, that's a flex. Y'all over here working 40 hours a week and I'm living off government assistance and handouts. Y'all the one that's missing the point here. I'm the one really doing something. I'm sure we will look at that person like they lost their fucking mind. The concept is very, very similar. Being single will never be a fucking flex because you have to do nothing to be single. That is the easiest thing in the fucking world to do, honestly. But to come together with somebody and build something, now that is what you call a fucking flex. Most of you can't actually do that because you don't want to put in the work or what it takes to actually get that done. And so, in turn, you shame the idea of relationships entirely to confuse people and make them feel like they are doing something wrong for wanting to be in a healthy, functioning relationship. I know a lot of y'all ate this article up and all this stuff, and it's like, oh, the shift is happening and all this good stuff. The fact of the matter is this: as men, we don't give a fuck. If y'all want boyfriends, y'all don't have to have boyfriends. No one is upset. Trust me, I promise you. Nobody's gonna get mad at y'all for not wanting to be in a relationship with men. Do y'all thing. Leave us out of it though. Leave us out of it. Don't bother us. Don't come online saying how you single, how you living your best. Just do it. Just do it. We will do what we want. You got what you wanted. But I know, y'all ain't gonna listen to me because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Vogue magazine said having a
Totally agree with him. Like whenever I'm on TikTok, when I get back on social media, he is one of the people I follow because he's not this person that jumps on the bandwagon thing and they just want to just go with what everybody's going with. He actually he actually has good takes to life. Like the way he speaks, the way he communicates his point. He's not trying to belittle anyone or uplift anybody. And that is what I like about content creators like this. Like they don't just go with what the majority is going with. They go with what they believe in, with good morals and how they think. I like that. You know, again, I've said it again here, and I will say it again. Excuse me. A woman's worst enemy is another woman, and women hate to see when other women are happy. They hate that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if just I hate that. For example, a woman would know a man is married and she will go ahead and cheat with that man. I'm not blaming the woman, but why are you sleeping with somebody knowing fully well that person is married or in a relationship? If you are really a girl's, why are you doing that? Again, the same misery loves company, so
A boyfriend is embarrassing. This is what I've been telling y'all. This is what I've been teaching y'all. This is what I've been preaching. If she's paying all her own bills, if she's having to do everything, if she's fully independent, why does she need you? And if you're going to do the bare minimum, you're just like, oh, well, I want a girl and she better do this. And I just, because I want it. It doesn't work like that. You need to be the best you can be. If you're going to be in a relationship, you need to provide protection, security. You actually need to provide for her and you need to be ambitious. You need to be a king. You can't just be a regular old freaking pawn. This truly is a wake up call. And the problem is there's all these influencers, this has been going on for a while now, trying to tell you the exact opposite. Oh yeah, women just bow to me and do this and this and that. And I'm not even going to say the names of those guys that promote that crap. We are in the age of Aquarius. Everything going on now, the energy of this is geared towards the goddesses of this realm. You either treat them the way they want to be treated, you provide for them, you actually bring value into a relationship and you build one, or you just ain't going to have it. And honestly, it is not hard. Be a man. Like, do what you're supposed to do. Be the best you'd want to be. Why would you want to be a loser? Why would you want to be that? Become the king. I will show you the way, kings. And goddesses, absolutely. There are great kings out there. You make sure you just set your standards and don't break them for anything.
I think the more some women reveal
I'm not even gonna speak on that, but
via social media what their life is actually like behind closed doors with some of these men, it is revealed that a lot of them are living in a humiliation ritual. Like the video that went viral not that long ago about the woman who was like, I'm going to see how many seconds it takes for my husband to come in when he hears the shower turn on for him to want to join me. And this man emerges like a warden in a prison, looking at her like, how dare you think you're about to shower without me? And women are like, why would I put up with that for the sake of having a man? Or the men that will ask women questions like, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I ask for a sandwich, are you going to get up and make it? And you have all these women saying, yes, I would, I would, I would. These women don't understand. This is how you get and keep a man. And women are saying, why are y'all jumping through these hoops in order to be in partnership? You have these men who swear they're father of the year, but they know nothing about their own children. Hair color, eye color, birthday. They don't know about the child's peanut allergy. The reason why they think that they're doing so well is because she's always signing his name on the card, literally and figuratively. You have these women giving up their dreams of being a doctor, a lawyer, a ballerina, whatever it is, just so this man can live his dream. These women cook, clean, do all the sacrificing, are an acrobat in the bedroom, just to still get a hey girly text from some other woman because that man is cheating. Women are constantly humiliating themselves publicly for these men, and women are like, what are y'all doing all this for? Is the juice even worth the squeeze? It's obvious that women make men's life better, but it's becoming harder to see how men make women's life better.
Having a boyfriend ain't embarrassing. Dealing with the type of men that y'all deal with is what's embarrassing. Dealing with men who only text you at certain times when they want something, dealing with men you can't post online, not because you trying to hide your privacy, but because you scared that he talking to other women and you don't want them coming to you as a woman. That's embarrassing. What's embarrassing is you messing with men who married, being side chicks, you being such a piece of trash that you can't even get first place. That's embarrassing. What's embarrassing is sitting up and having a baby by a man who don't want you with a baby. He's verbalized to you that he don't want a child by you, but you still go ahead and have it. That's embarrassing. Sitting up at the hospital giving birth to a child and the daddy ain't even in the hospital room with you, that's embarrassing. Having to host a baby shower and the daddy not at the baby shower, that's embarrassing. Signing up to be a baby mama to a man who already got multiple baby mamas, that's extremely embarrassing. Dating and sleeping with a man who already got kids but he don't take care of them, that's not only embarrassing, but it's stupid. Letting a man live with you for free is embarrassing. Letting that man drive your car and drop you off at work, that's embarrassing. Giving that grown man money, that's extremely embarrassing. Letting a man have a baby on you and still staying with him, that's beyond embarrassing. Taking cheaters back, very much low self-esteem and embarrassing. Letting a man give you a shut up ring because he tired of hearing you beg to get married just so he can string you along for 5 years as his fiance and still ain't trying to plan no actual date for the wedding, embarrassing. There ain't nothing embarrassing about having a man who love you and treat you right. But a lot of y'all, you don't pick men who love you and treat you right. And that's the reason why it's embarrassing for you, because the things that you're willing to endure just to have a man.
I used Hint to get a drawing of my soulmate, and I still can't believe how accurate it was. So a while ago, I came across...
Is embarrassing.
Everyone's talking about that Vogue article that says that having a boyfriend is embarrassing, and that's literally the only reason that I've been single for as long as I've been single. That's literally it. That's what I've been saying for years at this point. I'm not in the business of embarrassing anyone. Who am I to embarrass anyone? Do I think it's embarrassing to be with me? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, but I also understand it from a conceptual level. And I've been saying this for years. I've been saying it for years. Everybody knows I'm anti-boyfriend. I've never met a girl's boyfriend that I do like. But that's literally the only reason that I've ever been single. Not because I have any sort of like emotional shortcomings or commitment issues or anything like that. No. It's simply because I am a selfless person that understands the societal perspective that you having a boyfriend is embarrassing. So I know, call me a good guy, call me selfless, you can call me all the things you want. But that's literally the only reason that I've been single for years. So
why is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Because the women are evolving so much and the men are falling behind. Forget about a good man, even a normal, decent guy is rare nowadays. I don't know about other countries, but in China, especially in the big cities, more and more women are choosing to stay single, not getting married, not having kids. I live in Shenzhen, half of my girlfriends are single by choice. They're very focused on proving themselves financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, all about having a great life. They're funny, kind, energetic, you just love being around them. But when you look at the men around us, at this age, if they are already balding or sticking out a bare belly, it's a win. And not to even mention the moment they start talking. It makes you wonder if this is 1949. And also, as someone who's being intentionally single, I have found so much joy and fulfillment in other aspects of my life. My family, friendships, content creation, career, traveling, time with my dog. Love comes in many forms. I don't believe there's something you must get through a specific man. So a few days ago, I was in Tokyo for the Oasis concert, and after that, me and my friends, we traveled to Mount Fuji, cycling around the lake. So looking at the beautiful scenery, I was thinking to myself how lucky I am to experience this with my friends. Life is great, but I never came across my mind, oh my god, I wish there was a man by my side.
Yeah, if you are single because you want to be single, that's good. But let's not sit here and say, oh my God, I feel so free and liberated when I'm single or whatnot. Allow it, fam. You just don't, you're not attracting the good people. Let's just leave it at that. Because there's the good people out here, good women, good men. So let's not sit here and play this I'm selfless, I'm so goal oriented and ceci cela. Let's not do that, please.
Like, it doesn't seem that necessary. So my approach towards dating and romantic relationship is very realistic nowadays. Unless being with a man adds significant value to my life, I think it's better for women to stay single.
Is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? The amount of y'all that are taking this article way too seriously is kind of funny to me. Okay, number one, yes, the headliner is extremely misleading. What this should be titled is, I'm kind of annoyed whenever I'm friends with somebody and then they start talking about their boyfriend. Yes, those totally are not the actions and thoughts of somebody that is deeply insecure. But you know, keep going. Write a full article about how, no, I'm actually not insecure. It's actually you that's the problem. These are completely and utterly normal thoughts to have.
And then she'll throw in some testimonies of like some chicks that like agreed to say, yeah, the only reason I was with this guy is to get the social media boost out of it. Okay, so insecure women talks to women that were in relationships for bad reasons. That is the article. Like the only part that I can agree on is like, yeah, if you make having a boyfriend your full personality, yeah, that's kind of strange. But at the same time, oh my gosh, getting softcore triggered because your friend's in a relationship is so weird. And then some women don't even want to post that they're in a relationship because they're worried about the backlash. All right, so women that aren't like normal people, you're talking about people that are in like the high echelons of like social media. So this doesn't apply to normal people. Well, this influencer lost thousands of people when she launched that she was in a relationship. You don't think that most of that was like a lot of salty dudes that were like really thought they were going to be able to like have a chance with her, and then they found out she was off the market, so they just left salty? Like, I don't know, maybe that's actually what happened. Brother, I'm telling you, dude, I look at stuff like this as like the women's equivalent of red pill content. Like, dude, there was a chick like 2 weeks ago that cried and said, I just lost my man to red pill. And here's the thing, I completely and utterly believe that and don't even judge that. Like, no, yeah, if you're walking up on your man that was so cool and he hits you with this banger line, you better watch who you're talking to. I'm a high value man. Yeah, run for the hills. Brother, if you're talking with a chick and she unironically hits you with something like, I don't know, I feel like if we're together, it's kind of embarrassing for me. Yeah, I'm out. Bye-bye. You are a deeply unserious person. Avoid that like the plague.
Vogue released an article saying it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend, and although that's a bit dramatic, it confirms that we are living in a time where women do not need men. And not only do women not need men, they don't want men. They'd rather be single and alone than be with someone who adds absolutely nothing to their life. With that being said, there are so many good guys out there, so many great men out there, but there are so many more shitty men, and having to filter through them to find somebody who is decent has become exhausting. So they've given up. So what does this mean for men? It means that if you are a good guy, if you have a great life and you have something to offer somebody, it's your time to shine. It's your time to step up. It's not time to sit there and be like, oh, women hate us. No, they don't. Women don't hate men. They just want someone who's going to come into their life and make it better. And that might sound shallow, but you're not hearing me. You're not listening, because if you are entering into a relationship with someone, you want to be with someone who makes your life better. They make you a better person. They make you more ambitious. Whatever it may be. Women don't want someone who's just there. They want someone who's going to challenge them. They want someone who's going to support them. They want someone who's going to cheer in their success. Make them more successful. Make them smarter. Make them more traveled, more learned, more cultured, whatever it may be. So if you are a good guy and if you have something to offer, if you have a great, whatever it may be, it's your time to step up and shoot and show it. Prove it. Do it. Don't wallow in sadness and be the guy that's like, oh, women hate us. They don't want to give us a chance. No. Because all the guys that do suck, they are giving up. As they should be. Fuck them. But if you are one of the good guys, one of the decent guys out there, don't shy away from the challenge. Continue to be a good guy, continue to prove yourself, and continue to show your worth, because this isn't a sex thing. There's a lot of fucking shitty women out there too. A lot of bad women who offer nothing, who bring nothing to the table. So whoever wrote this article is just really good at their job. Shout out to you.
I really agree with him. Like, whatever, everything he said, I agree with him. There's no, again, I said it before. It's always the majority. I mean, there are a lot of bad guys out here, a lot, and they overshadow the good ones. So it's exhausting for women to really go through all this. I'm trying to find who is better for me, because you're going to encounter those shitty people along the way. But what I would advise you do is just learn about yourself, practice more discernment, and have solid boundaries, no negotiables. If someone's just a hint, if they just shows you a glimpse of what you don't tolerate, run. Don't give them a second chance. It's that simple.
You wrote a good article, you got some buzz, and that's what she was supposed to do. Okay? Because there are a lot of good men, and there's a lot of good women, and there's a lot of shitty men, and there's a lot of shitty women. You just have to find the right one.
20 reasons why Vogue says having a boyfriend is embarrassing in 2025. The first reason is women finally realize that peace looks better on them than a relationship does. Being single no longer means unwanted, it means you're selective. You're not settling for less. Most boyfriend titles come with confusion, not consistency. Women got tired of playing therapies for men who call it love. Being emotionally drained isn't romantic anymore. The new flex is emotional stability. The new flex is emotional stability, not relationship status. The new flex is peace, stability, and happiness. The soft life feels safer than soft love, which turns hard overnight. Women now crave loyalty, not labels. Constant posting and proving your relationship, constant posting to prove a point seems cringe when real peace is private. People who are really happy don't need to prove a point online. Being single became powerful when women stopped mistaking attention for effort. And guess what? The boyfriend title lost meaning when effort stopped matching energy. Women want provision and partnership, not potential and promises. Women are tired of lies, fake promises, and dealing with men based on their potential. They want real action. A boyfriend who can protect your peace seems embarrassing to brag about. Have you ever noticed the minute you brag about a man, the minute you start telling your friends, oh, I'm dating this guy, something embarrassing happens. This guy just has to embarrass you. Like Cardi B said, why am meant to embarrass him? You think this guy is faithful, you think he's not cheating on you. Guess what? Men are embarrassing. They will disgrace you. And the worst part is bragging about a guy who is out there in the street embarrassing you. You're dating a guy, posting his picture on social media. Everybody knows he's your boyfriend, but guess what? He's community dick. He is sleeping with everybody. Every girl in the street knows the size of his dick and the color of his pants and the
God
color of his
damn.
boxers. This is who you're dealing with. Men will
Damn.
disgrace you. Men have become entirely selfish. Men will hurt your feelings with a blink of an eye. They don't even care. They will do things to hurt you to please themselves because they really do not care. They put themselves first. And you know one of the reasons why having a boyfriend is embarrassing is the way men switch up when they no longer want you. The way men switch up when they have lost feelings for you is evil.
I just feel like you read too much into it. It's not embarrassing again. But I'll have to read the article based on the little clip that the other guy showed. It's not what it is, but I get where you're coming from, but it just sounds kind of bitter to me, love. It's kind of bitter. We can play this the way men do this, the way women do that, but then again, we have to come to a conclusion that relationships are losing their value. They're not that valuable anymore. They're not something to be excited about. But me, when I get into a relationship, man, I'll be very excited. That is just who I am. I love love, you know? I like to be in it. But I know you have to work on yourself to really give the love that you know you can give. And just work on yourself, man. I don't know about y'all. And to be honest, this brings us to the end of the video. I saw what I wanted to see and reacted to what I wanted to react to. If you made it this far, again, thank you so much. And please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because we're going to be dropping mad content at, just going back to back. Now we're logged in. We're really into this. So let's keep it pushing, you feel me? Thank you so much for being here, being part of the team, the family. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, man.